Now, finally, there's been a major development in Justin Baldoni's lawsuit against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds and their publicist. A judge has tossed out the $400 million lawsuit, a major blow to Justin Baldoni. Blake Lively's lawyer says that this is a total victory.
Blake Brown, we're going to be talking about reimagining premium hair care. Let's give Blake a big round of applause. We love you. Oh my God. I'm looking at your hair now. For like one of the things that you're best known for is your great hair. Tell me, has it always been part of like your thing is your hair? What role has hair played in your life leading up to here?
I mean, hair has always been an identifier for me, for better or worse. I was, my hair was always down and crazy and chaotic, and I remember people always used to say to my mom, please brush your daughter's hair. I don't really know why she didn't brush my hair, but anyway.
The $400 million lawsuit is back in the spotlight, and it's more twisted than ever. Blake Lively just lost it completely after Justin Baldoni scored a crucial win in court, and you won't believe how bad it gets. One moment, she was celebrating a judge dismissing Justin's countersuit, and the next, she was in full meltdown mode as the tide turned against her. It all started with a stunt on Saturday Night Live that Blake thought would save face, but it blew up in her face instead. During SNL's 50th anniversary special, Blake and her husband Ryan Reynolds tried to joke about the lawsuit, only to spark outrage. When asked how he was doing, Ryan quipped, "Great. Why? What have you heard?" mocking the situation. Blake's forced grin instantly flipped into a scowl on live TV, a telling sign that things were falling apart. Their attempt at damage control backfired spectacularly. The audience and other celebrities looked on in stunned silence. Hollywood legend Kevin Costner's unimpressed, raised eyebrows said it all. He, along with others like Cher and Robert De Niro, was visibly appalled at the couple's arrogance. Instead of laughing along, viewers and fellow stars were horrified. One industry insider blasted the moment as disgusting, saying SNL basically gave Blake and Ryan a platform to joke about extortion and abuse of power. In trying to poke fun, Blake only succeeded in embarrassing herself. The public backlash was instant. Fans and commentators slammed the couple for making light of sexual harassment allegations. Blake left the SNL stage looking shaken and angry, a superstar in meltdown as her plan crumbled on live television. But that was just the beginning of Blake Lively's downfall. In the days after her SNL fiasco, the industry began turning on her. Hollywood had been watching the $400 million legal war play out, and now many were finally siding with Justin. Big names in entertainment quietly distanced themselves from Blake. Insiders whispered that she had become toxic.
I hear that Taylor may have had some influence in getting...
Yes, she did. Yeah, I know. I don't even know if I'm meant to be saying it, but I'm saying it. Yeah, she was a helpful part of the process of the audition, which I found out later after I got it, and that rocked my world. I have no words.
More trouble than she's worth. Even brands associated with Blake started pulling away. Her once successful business ventures are suddenly tanking. In fact, sales of her own products have plummeted as the scandal deepens. Blake's premium hair care line, once touted in Target stores, reportedly lost up to 78% of its sales amid the controversy. Her drink line isn't faring any better. The reason? Consumers are voting with their wallets. Many fans believe Blake lied and tried to destroy an innocent man, and they're boycotting anything with her name on it. This is a staggering reversal for an actress who once had a sterling reputation. Now, Blake's name is synonymous with deceit, and it's costing her millions. Endorsement deals are evaporating, and upcoming film projects have quietly put her on hold. The Hollywood grapevine says casting directors and studios don't want the drama that now follows her. Blake Lively is watching her career and brand empire collapse in real time, largely due to her own actions. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni isn't backing down. He's fighting back and exposing the truth. From the start, Justin insisted he was the real victim of a false smear campaign. Now he's proving it. His legal team has unleashed hard evidence that shreds Blake's story. In a bold move, Justin's attorneys released 10 minutes of raw on-set footage from It Ends With Us, the very film at the heart of this feud. And this footage is eye-opening. It covers the exact scene Blake had cited in her lawsuit. A slow dance scene where she claimed Justin made creepy comments about her perfume, but the unedited video tells a different story. With both actors mic'd up, you can hear everything. Justin never harasses or touches Blake inappropriately at all. Instead, the two are heard calmly discussing camera angles and lighting while dancing, nothing remotely out of line. In fact, the only awkward remarks caught on tape come from Blake herself. At one point, as they rehearsed a kiss, Blake joked about Justin's nose, saying they should halt production for a month so he could get a nose job, then adding, "Just kidding." That's right, the woman accusing Justin of creating a hostile environment was recorded mocking his appearance on set. Justin's team says this raw video completely refutes Blake's sexual harassment claims, and it's not hard to see why. There's zero evidence of Justin behaving inappropriately in the footage. If anything, it shows Blake undermining him and obsessing over control of the scene. By releasing this tape, Justin made a powerful point. Blake's claims don't match reality. And there's more. Others who were actually on that set have started speaking out in Justin's defense. A crew member from It Ends With Us came forward with a damning account of Blake's behavior. Talia Spencer, a storyboard artist who worked on the film, revealed that Justin was one of the most kind and respectful directors she'd seen. But Blake took advantage of that kindness. According to Talia, Blake smelled Justin's kindness and mistook it for weakness, then tried to seize control of the production. In other words, Blake saw Justin as an easy target to push around. Talia confirmed what many had suspected. Blake Lively was calling the shots behind the scenes in ways that were highly inappropriate for her role. In Justin's own legal filings, he details how Blake leveraged her power to get what she wanted. She was a producer on the film, but Justin says she went way beyond her authority, hijacking the editing room and even getting his preferred editor and composer fired. At one point, Justin alleges Blake flat out threatened to walk away from the project, to quit the movie entirely unless her demands were met. It was a huge budget film, and losing the lead star would have been disastrous, so Justin claims he was essentially blackmailed into surrendering creative control. These are the tactics of someone willing to burn it all down to get her way. Now those tactics are finally coming to light. Blake's narrative of being a helpless victim is unraveling, replaced by a much uglier picture of manipulation and deceit. Perhaps the most shocking revelation of all involves Blake Lively's close friend, global superstar Taylor Swift. Blake's feud with Justin dragged Taylor into the fray, and what happened next is like something out of a thriller. Early on, Blake frequently name-dropped Taylor as her supporter, but behind the scenes, Justin's team discovered evidence of a secret ultimatum Blake's camp delivered to Taylor. According to legal filings, Blake was so desperate to control the narrative that she gave Taylor Swift an outrageous choice: publicly support Blake's story or face humiliation. Blake's own attorney allegedly reached out to Taylor's reps and demanded that Taylor release a statement siding with Blake. And here's the kicker. If Taylor refused, Blake would leak private text messages between them. Yes, you heard that right. Blake Lively was prepared to blackmail her best friend by exposing Taylor's personal texts, all to prop up her lies. This wasn't just a rumor either. Justin's lawyers presented this bombshell in court documents, saying a reliable source from Taylor's inner circle tipped them off about Blake's threats. In fact, it appears that the source was none other than Taylor Swift's own father, Scott Swift. He was so disgusted by Blake's behavior that he quietly provided proof of the threat, prompting Justin's team to subpoena Taylor's communications. Blake's scheme ultimately backfired spectacularly. Taylor Swift, fiercely protective of her privacy, was reportedly completely floored and furious upon learning how Blake tried to use her. Their longtime friendship is now in shambles. Taylor has cut off contact and wants no part in this drama. And when Swift's massive fan base, the millions of Swifties, heard about Blake's alleged blackmail plot, they turned on Blake too. Swift's fans began boycotting Blake's brands and projects, seeing her as a traitor to their idol. In trying to force Taylor's loyalty, Blake only succeeded in isolating herself further. She has lost friends, allies, and now even her good name in the public eye. The image of America's sweetheart has been shattered by revelations that Blake Lively will even betray her best friend to get what she wants. As Blake's credibility nosedives, Justin Baldoni's case grows stronger. Though Blake briefly celebrated when a judge dismissed Justin's defamation countersuit on a technicality, that victory was short-lived. Justin's attorney bluntly called Blake's celebration premature and false, insisting that the fight was far from over. And he was right. Since then, Justin has scored several important wins. Blake's attempt to slap a gag order on him, basically to silence him from telling his side, was flatly denied by the court. Judges also agreed that Justin had every right to gather evidence to defend himself, even if it meant involving big names. When Blake tried to block Justin from accessing those text messages with Taylor Swift, the judge ruled the messages were relevant and gave Justin the green light to obtain them. In other words, the court recognized that something shady might be hiding in Blake's communications. At the same time, Justin has been assembling a powerhouse legal team to prepare for the upcoming trial. He even brought on a renowned attorney known for taking on high-profile cases, ensuring he's ready for whatever Blake throws at him. Through it all, Justin Baldoni has remained remarkably calm and positive. Paparazzi caught up with him recently and asked how he's handling this ugly feud. Justin smiled and said he's very grateful, very positive, feeling a lot of love, despite everything. He's taking the high road, staying focused on the truth rather than trading insults. This approach is paying off. With each passing day, more people are seeing Justin as the real victim and Blake as the aggressor. The legal tide is turning. By the time their case goes to trial in March 2026, Blake Lively may find she has no allies left and no sympathy from a jury or the public. Now, as the dust settles on this chapter of the $400 million lawsuit saga, one thing is crystal clear. Blake Lively has only herself to blame. She thought she could ruin Justin Baldoni's career and reputation with lies, but instead, she ruined her own. Every scheme, every lie, and every manipulative move has been laid bare. Her credibility is in tatters, her friends have vanished, and her once bright career is in freefall. In her quest to destroy Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively managed to destroy herself. Justin, meanwhile, stands vindicated by facts and evidence, ready to rebuild what she tried to break. The final irony is almost poetic. Blake wanted a public showdown, and now she's living through a very public downfall. In the end, truth has a way of coming out. Blake Lively learned that the hard way, and Justin Baldoni is finally getting the justice he deserves.